Hello everyone, welcome to Vishesh Educational Videos. So in this video, I'm explaining about list in Python, that is list data type in Python. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel to get the notification of my new videos. Please click the bell icon and please don't forget to like the video and please don't forget to share the video with your friends. So let me begin the explanation of list in Python. So what is a list? So list is nothing but list is like a value that contains multiple values in an ordered sequence, right? So list is nothing but right. It contains multiple values in an ordered sequence. For example, you can see here this list contains some strings, cat like cat, bat, rat, elephant. This list contains strings of animals. This list contains strings of animals. So what is a list means? List is nothing but a right, it contains multiple values in an ordered sequence. We have to follow some order, right? Not only the strings, we can store integer values also in lists. We can follow some order, for example 1 2 3 4 5, like that. We can store the values in an ordered sequence. Now every list begins with a opening square bracket and ends with a closing square bracket. You can see here, see the cursor, this list opened with the opening square bracket and it's ending with a closing square bracket, right? And values inside the list are also called as items. So whatever the values that are inside the list, that are called as items, and each item is separated with a commas. See, every item is separated with a comma. So so list is nothing but it's like a value that contains multiple values in a ordered sequence. So list can be opened with square bracket, and it can also opening square bracket, and also it can be closed with closing square bracket. So values inside the list are nothing but items that are separated with commas. Okay. Next, so we have some here. This is the example for we can store the list in a variable. So we can store the list in a variable. For example, you can see here, so this is in this first example, this is a ordered sequence of integers. List contain ordered sequence of integer. Here this list contains a list of uh, animals in some order. So here this list contains string, floating point number, boolean value, like that. So in some order it is going to store the elements. But here in this case, you can see list can be stored in a variable. So here this list is stored in a variable spam. See, the spam variable is still assigned only one value. Here what I'm trying to say is list is considered as a single value. List is considered, can be considered as a only one value, is a single value, and that can be used in, or it can be stored in variable. Here the list is stored in a variable spam, right? Suppose if you don't include any items in the list, for example the value, you can see the cursor, the value, only the brackets of the list, no items in the list signifies a empty list. So only bracket signifies a empty list, that means there are no values. So it is similar to the empty string. So yeah, right. So if you include only brackets, no items in the list, means it is a empty list. Next, you can get individual values of a list with indexes. Indexes are nothing but like addresses. So every item in the list will have a index. So index acts as a address. So using that index, I can access any elements in the list. I can access any element in the list. For example, see this example list. It contains animals like cat, bat, rat, elephant. So index always starts from 0. You can see here the first element is first element in the list is having index 0, second element is having the index 1, third element is having the index 2, fourth element is having the index 3. It goes on like this. So spam is nothing but a variable. Spam of 0 means it is the first element in the list. Spam of 1 means it is the second element in the list. Spam of 2 means it is the third element in the list. So in this way, right? I can access any element in the list by using the indexes. So every index starts with the 0. Sorry, yeah, in the list the first index starts with the 0. The first index starts with the 0. Okay, now you can see the first value in the list is index at the index 0, the second value is at the index 1, and the third value is in at the index 2. If you want to print, so you can see here, this is the list, it contains the animals. Spam of 0, spam of 0 means it will print cat because this is the element with index 0. Next, if you print spam of 1, it will print bat. If you print spam of 3, it will print elephant, right? Like that. Okay. Another thing is, you can concatenate also. You can concatenate the string with the you using index. For example, hello plus spam 0. Spam 0 is what? Cat. So now it will print as hello cat. So what I'm trying to say is, you can use the indexes to concatenate also. Okay, it is possible. Okay. So next, one more example you can see here. Spam of 1. Here I am concatenating the spam of 1. The spam of 1 is what? Bat, the bat. So you can see the output, the bat. Plus the string ate the bat ate the spam of 0. What is spam of 0? Cat. So the bat ate the cat. So what I'm trying to do here, I'm concatenating the strings, right, by accessing the indexes. Here I am accessing two indexes, spam of 0 and spam of 1. It is possible. Okay. Now the next is, what is index error? Index error means if you use an index that exceeds the number of values in the list, then the Python gives index error. For example, here how many values are there in the list? We can see we have four values: cat, bat, rat, and element. So we have four values, but I am trying to access spam of 10,000. Definitely, it is not possible. My list contains only four elements, but you are trying to access the 10,000th element in the list. So it is going to print an error, that is index error, because that much of elements are not present in my list. That's why it is going to give index error. Okay. So next, indexes can be only integer values. Obviously, whenever you use the values for indexes, that index value should be integer values only, no, not float values. If you use float values or any other values rather than the integer, it will give type error. For example, see, spam of 1, definitely it is going to print bat, because in the spam list the element with the index 1 is bat, so it will print bat. Now I will try to access spam of 1.0. 1.0 is a float, spam of 1 is an integer, but spam of 1.0 is a float, so it will display error, because in index you can use only integer, not floats. So if you try to access float values, it will it will print type error. It will print type error. Next, list can also contain other list values. That means you can include a list within another list. It is possible. You can include a list within another list. But how you can access that list that is inside the another list is using multiple indexes. How, for example, here we have two lists. So one is the list contains a string, another is the list that contains the integers. We have two lists, right? How to access these lists that are the list that are inside another list? How to access means we can use multiple indexes. For example, spam of 0 gives the first list. Here how many lists are there? Two lists are there inside a single list. So spam of 0 gives the first list. Spam of 0 1 means first list. In that first list, first element. Here my first list is cat, bat. What is the first element? Bat. So it will print the bat because bat is of the index 1. So spam of 0 comma sorry spam of 0 1 means it will take the first list, that is 0. 1 means the element that is inside the first list, that is bat here. Hope you are understanding. Suppose if you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. In the same way, spam 1 of 4. Spam 1 and 4 is what? Spam 1. Spam 1 is, that is the first list. Which is the first list here? The integers list. 4 means inside that list. Inside the list. What is the fourth element? 50. 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 50 is the fourth element. So it will display 50. So in this way, we can include lists within the lists. How you can access it? Using multiple indexes. Okay, so you can see the first index dictates the list value to use, and the second indicates the value within the list value. Okay, getting my point? 0 stands for fam of 0, fam 0 and 1 means fam of 0 stands for the first list. 1 is the element that is inside the first list. Okay, hope you are understanding, guys. So negative indexes. So you can use negative indexes also. It is possible in Python. Now, for example, the integer value -1 refers to the last index in a list. The value -2 refers to the second to last index in a list. For example, if I want to access the last element here, that is elephant, you should use -1. See, spam of -1 is the last element in the list, that is elephant. Elephant will be displayed. Spam of -3 is bat. Bat. Spam of -3 will display the bat. Getting my point? So in this way we can use negative indexes, but the only thing, it should negative index starts from the last element, that is reverse, not from the first element. From the last element it will start, right? So in the same way as here also, negative indexes also can be used for concatenation. For example, the plus spam of -1, what is the meaning of it? Spam of -1 is what? Elephant. The elephant plus is afraid of the spam -3. What is spam -3? Bat. So this, the bat, sorry, the elephant is afraid of the bat. Getting my point? You can concatenate. It is possible. So how you used positive indexes, right? In the same way, you can use negative indexes also to concatenate. So hope you are understanding, guys. Okay. Next, you can generate sublists with slices. That means you can take one main list. So within that, using that main list, you can generate sublists. How to do that means using a slices, right? So index will get a single value. You know that by using the index, I can access only one value from the list. But if I want to access multiple values from a list, how you can do that means using a slice. It is going to generate one more sublists. Okay. So how to do that means there is a syntax. You will see here. See, spam of 2 is the list with the index 1 integer. Spam of 2 will give, for example, spam of 2 here will give rat, right? So that is, it is using only one index. But if you use like this, spam of 1 is to 4, spam of 1 is to 4, here this is a slice because it is using two integers. Slice is using two integers. So here first value in the spam, that is 1 is the starting value, 4 is the last ending value. You can see this slide, the first integer is the index where the slice starts, the second integer is the index where the slice ends, right? So first index where the slice starts, second the second integer, that is here in this case, here this is the first where the slice start, 4 is the where slice is going to end. 4 is the value where slice is going to end, 1 is the value where slice is going to start. but the thing is will not include the value at the second index. That means here according to this example 4 should not be included, 3 up to 3 we should consider. Okay, we'll see the example. For example, spam of 0 is to 4, that is 0 is what, cat, first element. What is 4? 0 1 2 3 4. 0 1 2 3, sorry, 0 1 2 3, it's not 4, 4 3 up to 3, elephant up to 3, because I told you 4 won't be considered, only 3 we have to consider. If you consider 3, what is the output? 0 1 2 3, that is up to elephant. So my output is cat, bat, rat, elephant. In the same way 1 is to 3, 1 starts from bat, 1 starts from bat. 3 you should not consider 3, I told you last element you should stop in 2, you should stop in 2, because here the second value is 3, you should stop in 2, you should not consider the last value. So you should start from bat, you should stop from rat, see, because 3 you should not consider, bat, rat. Getting my point? Next, 0, first letter is 0, that's why it should start from cat, but the last digit, the second digit is minus 1, minus 1 is elephant, but you should not consider minus 1, right? So that's why until rat it will display the output. Elephant won't be considered. Minus 1 should not be considered in the second digit, right? You know that. Okay. So in this ways, using slice, I can generate sublists, right? I can generate sublists. So this is the syntax. 1 is to first digit colon second digit. Now differences. Indexes returns only one item, but slices you can see that slice returns list, a new list or a tuple. Slice returns a list, index returns only one item. You know that. Index error, definitely in a list index error will happen. Index error, you have seen that spam of 1000, 10,000 error occurred there, right? So index error happen. But slices, we can, right, we can handle them gently. How? So if you want, you can change the size of the second digit, right? In this way, I can avoid the out of range errors. It's based on you. It depends on you. You can access the second digit. You can change as you want. So index error, that type of errors can be avoided in slice. Okay, that is the advantage. So here in indexes, we cannot change the length of the list. We cannot change the length of the list by item assignment. Yes, you know that. We cannot change the length of the list in the list in using indexes. But in slices, we can change the length of the list, because we can create another list with the different values. Okay. And we can assign a single element to the list. Yes. List can contain single element. It's possible. Right? But in slice, we can't use a single element. It only accepts iterables. It only accepts iterables. Single values are not allowed in slice. Okay. Next, one more important thing. If you don't give any value, for example, see here. So you know that syntax of slice, that is starting digit colon second digit. Starting digit is empty here. Only we have a second digit. After the colon we have a digit. Now what it will consider, if you don't have the starting value, leaving out the first index is automatically it will considered as the zero. It will be considered as beginning of the list. So here if you don't write anything in the starting position, it will consider it as zero. So obviously 0 is to 2, that is nothing but cat and bat. Rat won't be considered, again 2 should not consider, 1 you should consider. 0, cat and bat will be displayed. Suppose in the same way here in the second next case, starting digit is there, ending digit is not there. If ending digit is not there, that is second digit is not there, you should consider it as the length of the list. So what is the length of the list here? 0 1 2 3. So it will take all the elements of the list. It is the length of the list. So 1 is to length of the list. 1 is to length of the list means up to final element of the list it will display. For example, one is bat, rat, elephant. So bat, rat, elephant will be displayed because if nothing is there in the second digit, it will consider length of the list. Length of the list means total elements in the list. Getting my point? Suppose if you don't have both the digits also, if you don't have both the digits, first digit will be considered as 0, last digits will be considered as length of the list. So here from cat to elephant every element is displayed. Okay. So suppose if you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. Okay. Now length function. You can use a length function in a list. So for example, see spam is a list. It contains three elements, that is cat, dog, moose. So if you find out the length of that spam list, how many elements are there here? Three elements are there. So it's going to three. It's going to display three. So length of spam will be three. Length of spam will be three. And one more important thing, if you want to change the values in the list, so if you want, you can change the values that are present in the list using or assigning a different value to that index. For example, see here, I'm going to assign spam of 1 is equal to hard work. So here in this list, what is the spam of 1 here? Bat. So I want to change it to hard work. Yes, I can do that. That is, for example, spam of 1 is equal to hard work. I will type like that. I am using assignment operator. You can see the output when you print the spam. See cat, hard work, rat, elephant. So instead of bat, it's printing the value hard work. Okay. So in this way, we can change the values in the lists with the indexes. In the second example, you can see spam 2 is equal to spam 1. So you're assigning the value of spam 1 to spam 2. What is the spam 1 value now? Hard work. So hard work will be printed in the position of rat here. Because you are assigning hard work to the spam of 2. Spam of 2 value is rat. So cat, hard work, hard work. So spam of 2 also contains the same value of spam of 1, that is hard work. So in this way, I can use this same technique to negative indexes also. Spam of -1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So -1 is what? That is the last element. So elephant is replaced by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See. So the last element elephant is replaced with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Suppose if you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment section. Okay. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you for watching the video.